Okay, this is going to be an analysis of a gameplay from Mez. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. He's quite a good player on the old version of the game. He hasn't really played on DE. This is a recording he made while actually playing with me, as I can see. I see my name in the game. I think I kind of remember the game. It's a long one apparently. Might skip through some parts, but the main point is that I will check where he makes mistakes, so he knows how to improve. And I decided to upload it and not only send to him, as I believe the mistakes he makes could be mistakes others make as well, and that are very easy to learn from maybe if you just hear that there are mistakes. Because obviously to prevent mistakes you must know you do mistakes, so yeah. So this is 2 minutes left. Let's go towards the fight. Okay. Yeah. I'm apparently playing against Daniel. He's set up against a GIF. So 2270 port boom. That's quite strong. Okay, his team set level against. I think I'm Germany in this game. So that's a good boom. I don't know what the GIF is playing. I'm assuming Germany as well, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of underboobing, but it's not too bad. So we see Goons, Musketeer, Horseart in the start army. I guess there's some Huss somewhere or something. I don't know what he scouted, so we'll see. Wait, is this actual start army? Is there nothing missing? There must be something missing, right? Okay, so he spams space right now. Okay, he's Huss over here, I see. So he's not the first one to take the native. So the first thing he does is build base everywhere. So a small thing that you can do when you're out of nat and you're not the first one to take the native and to save some action is at the 40-minute mark you pre-build this long wall over the map, so you don't have to do it so flashy. Like you hold it, and in the second that you can build, you place that, and then you start pressing your idle will hotkey to build your base. So yeah, instead of doing these long clicks, he could have had one of these walls instantly. Okay, so GIF is indeed Germany. So now you move up, Germany inferior start army. The thing is, you see Germany right now as heavy cannons and DOPs, and what I would like is culverins for that, because the Huss don't work when there's the DOPs. So right now this is a little suicidal. He's going to try to snipe a heavy with the Black Riders. It's not too bad. I think that's going to work. But he loses a lot of units there. So he leads the pillars. I don't know if that was the play here. And now he's not really watching his army. A thing I would always do when you know you're about to build a wall, back off your army. Make sure you don't lose many units while not looking at the fight. So right now would be a point where exactly you can send shipments, do something. The stuff that he built wall-wise looks good. He has the flank walls queued up everywhere. Maybe another wall in this section could be good, and you should start towering. Base-wise, I think it's fine. Don't need too many foundries out of that. Should queue culverins already by now, as soon as the foundry is up, and I know he has one up, so yeah. At this point he's getting shredded by 3 heavy, so this is... You can honestly just back up your army here, just try to let the DOPs die when they go forward. It's nice mortar, but you can see the wall is not great. Like, oh my. Again, not really looking at the fight, so he's losing stuff. But he is rusty in this position. It's like what his maybe first game back, so it's like he knows this is not perfect gameplay, and so do I. So is he the next one to take nats? Apparently he is. Okay. It's a 4v4, so yeah, there's people. Gaishi is sending over some Carolines. I'm not sure why. Okay, so right now you get some nice Huss flank on the corpse, and the reason why it's good even though there's war wagons is because the war wagons are on the other side. But you do see that this unit's bubble is kind of stacking on one another. Could spread them out over here and here. Oh, I'm pausing when I click, but yeah, you get it. And again, there's still no culverins queued. He has Horsehard, he has cannons on the enemy side, but there's no calls. Okay, there's 2 now, but making just 2 calls is just not enough when your opponent has, what is it, 2-3 heavies and culverins himself. So I think, yeah, he doesn't even kill anything. That's a problem. Oh gosh. Yeah, Jiff did well here. He moved back the heavies. Didn't upgrade his towers actually, but yeah. So these 2 racks is a little too forward actually. I think it would have been enough to build those 3. The more forward ones would only have been good in case of an actual push, but that didn't happen because he never killed the heavies. So right now this is a little iffy. It's annoying to play against because heavy cannons. Okay, somehow one just died. Strike hard. Culverins in queue, dropping pop again, not moving back the army when looking at what you build, so that's you lose pop. And yeah, these culverins have like no space. And I don't think castle doors are the play right here. Why are castle doors not the play? So you see skirms and you see a couple of war wagons. So maybe 10 to 15 castle doors to kill the war wagons is fine. But the response to skirm is not your own skirm. That's a general thing. Even though castle doors beat the German skirms, I wouldn't make castle doors to take cost-effective trades against skirms. Make Huss for that. Spam explorers, move up the Horsat. Just try to avoid making many skirms. Especially against Germany. They don't actually have a musketeer unit, so you can get away with making a lot of more cav and less skirms. Okay, so he has mortars in queue, that's good. Could probably lay mortar range already. Corvs did the job, can move them back. Okay, Jiff is the one going back now. Yeah, you can see a Jiff laming the side walls. Could try to snipe the Vils in time. It's obviously not that easy. So now you see the red explorer here. I know that actually somehow gets into nats and is gonna cause a lot of trouble for big parts of the game. But that's not the focus here. I just started remembering how this game went. It's been like a week or 2 since we played it. So yeah, Jiff has a rather passive setup. It's an interesting question whether the setup should be passive or not. Because I don't think Germany against Port is a matchup in which Germany wants to be passive. Okay, so now we see Mez with a lot of musketeers against many skirms. I don't really complain about the musk, I complain about the lack of Huss here. So there should be way more Huss, because you can see the pops dropping quite quickly and there's no cannons, so it's really just the musketeers dying. And that's what you see. In fact, these musketeers kill skirms quickly themselves too. Quicker than other skirms kill skirms. But you need Huss to tank the ranged shots, which is why Musk Huss is a thing. Thing is, there's dobs on this side, right? So you should try to not get the Huss over here. Maybe try to just run them past the army, or run them on the other side. There should be a mortar in the angle here. So you can get rid of these towers, because they are annoying, and he's gonna eventually ship heavy cannons from there as well. So that is like an easy thing you could try to do. Macro meanwhile looking fine. Now Jiff has 2 Horsards and all the infantry, yeah, just took the bullet. So when you see you don't have culverins and the opponent has Horsard, just back off completely. It's okay to lose ground for a moment, you're gonna gain the ground right back. Oh, I asked for wood in the call. Wood in the call, by the way. I think I'm playing a French mirror against Dan. Meanwhile, explorers should always be behind your opponent's army, not in front, not just fighting. Oh, wait, that's actually the explorer that gets in. So he saw it, but he didn't catch it. Well, that's rip. Yeah, I'm watching it on the minimap. So again, he's still tanking the bullets with his infantry. Yeah, just don't engage this hard. Don't engage harder than you have to when you have all this artillery sitting there. Picking the Corf trades, I think the Corf trades are going fine indeed. You just took a double shot, so it's fine. Got another one of us, maybe two of us. And yeah, you can see in the corner right now is Hassad idle, but the Explorer is in the corner. Oh my god. They actually did see it, it just didn't do anything. Fuck's sake, man. The Explorer runs are a meta that I do not very much appreciate, but it's a different story. Yeah, now he just moved back the Huss, but the Explorer is still in the nets. Ugh. So for now the fight is going, I think, just fine-ish. Egypt is not playing an immaculate game either here, so making mistakes is not actually an immediate loss. I'm just pointing out everything regardless. For example, right now there's a lot of Musk that are actually behind the skirms. So yeah, what he's doing right now is not too bad. Trying to bring them forward as a line, but you want Huss. You want Huss tanking. Even though there's war against Explorers and Huss, get a line of stuff in front of your infantry. Somehow. That's very much what matters here. It just popped is getting low, so I think he's about to strike in Nats. Still no mortars really taking down the towers is one of the problems. Okay, one Corf down, but I don't think he can win the trade because Ajif has more Corfs in the war wagons. Oh, maybe he can actually. No, it's two. Okay, so the mortars are there. Could move back the horse out. And now you see the Explorer in the corner. So I think this is... Yeah, now it's definitely... Yeah, now you see the red. Yeah, you can hear my voice being depressed. It's like, oh man, not again. So the correct reaction to this situation right now is pretty much to go full internet. Uh, just leave the mortars with like 10 musk to take down the base and completely run down. Like right now, he's making more units at the forward fight. I guess he stops now, but he's like pop cap. That's why. The horse are just dying against stops. That's not good. So there should be, he should drag box a bunch of this and just send it over. The base is definitely not quick enough, because what this does is this forces me completely back. And we're gonna eventually survive it, but this is kind of too slow. And to prevent that, you could just get base everywhere on the map. when a game starts instead of having to base later on. But yeah. Yeah, so you can see this is too much pop to push. Ajif has fully committed to natives. It would very much be enough if Ajif had half the pop there. I mean if Mez had half the pop there. So this is a good base. The wall should be gated. He just needs to Q mortars now, and I will back up, I will wall, and I will help to just kick Ajif out of there, because we can't fight it two fronts. It's not very good for us. And now there's Sweden coming over to help out against Mez push, so I don't know who. I think Dougie's playing against Gaisha, maybe? I actually don't know. There's somehow units in our eco. It's a little annoying. Yeah, we actually tanked a lot this game. Holy. I know I started dealing with some of it. I'm not sure how much actually goes down. So yeah, this pop should there's no actual point in trying to fight Carolines now. This is still when Sweden was strong. Oh my god, the 50 bills. What the? Yeah, I think one of our team loses both factories, the rest doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking on that. Killer is helping as well. We're kind of getting rid of it eventually. It's just taking a lot of time, giving Dan, so study table, time to get back into the game. I think he was quite far back before this happened. So this was definitely a big play. Yeah, the base in eco, the ops are going to be dealt with soon. Yeah, so right now the focus should still be to just kick him out of native. Don't engage less to natives because I'm dealing with it. There's gonna be Daniel breaking in soon. This is the right thing to do. You base up forward, you set up for a big push, but the focus is definitely just to minimize the damage that can be dealt in the natives. So yeah, just take out everything. No 50-50 here. Dan is finally breaking through, he's pushing.
Focus on getting him out of the corner, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I just said it. Just get him out of that corner. We can't really take fights as long as he's down there, so we just have to get him out of there. And this is only 17 minutes into this game. Wow. Yeah, so this push that is incoming kinda could send more vills to build that. Should just take the entire map abuse that Ajif is really spending all his. Yeah, what he's doing right now is good. Yeah, and this is the right thing. Just box Ajif out of there with all of her pop. Even if it's three of us sitting on Ajif's base down there. It drains Ajif's eco a bit and hits the only chance to get the natives back, so has to be done for sure. I'm sending gendarmes down there. I'm committing to that as well as I can.
Yeah, you just went down with Explorer. I see the PC. Oh no. I killed his Explorer once. I guess maybe Native Scout or something.
Maybe native scout. Well, I mean, you saw what happened actually. I just didn't know what happened during the game. As you hear me speak quietly with Mez in the call. Okay, so Jiv actually reacts nicely to that, doesn't let him base. Could be Castle Horse, not Musketeers to kill the Dobbs, but okay. He's just walling it off. I'm not sure if walling it off is the good play because, you know, Ajif is basically kicked out of there now. He's like, he has nothing left. He's just trying to hide a Vil. Um, yeah, you know a GIF is gonna pop up somewhere on the map in like just a moment. He's walling. It just likes to wall a lot on the map, so most likely gonna pop up on another teammate. Pour some pressure on a different angle. So yeah, basing up everywhere is very much key. Okay, so this is pretty much dealt with. I started dealing with Daniel again. Somehow Daniel is actually below my score. How did that even happen? Oh no, he's not. I was looking at the wrong score. I was gonna say, he didn't fight in ages. um, yeah, so he's just using the pop that finished doing the job at the bottom to help me fight back, which is nice. I think it's almost not needed anymore because I actually have like a choke point. I lost my push, but I didn't lose position entirely. Like I have position at this point. I have towers, I have base, I have all I need kinda. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, Jiv should just try to help, probably in the middle, because Teal, you can see Barry is actually pushing quite hard against Killer. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, just help over there.
But it definitely does look threatening.
Yeah, Sweden is here, so it's fine if they can't exchange my
Sweden's okay, I guess Gaishis and Caroline's over. Not a big deal for France most of the time, because I have such good skirmishes. You can see a GIF just completely walls off the entire map section. So I think there's gonna be a bigger team fight in the middle of the map. Yeah, so any pop that he drops right now, referring to Mez again, should be spammed to both teammates. Because right now this is looking fine. You don't really have space to much more pop in that fight for the very moment. So just use pop on other teammates. For example, against Barry, because I do feel like Barry is pushing in quite hard against Killer, so might want to help him. And then this is turning into a full artillery fight because Sweden obviously denies cap of Carolines, so he's basing up, that's good. It's gonna be an artillery festival, I assume. Yeah. Get a TC there, make sure you can spam explorers is the right play. And yeah, constantly wall the map, kind of. Don't want any surprise runs. Sorry, I'm a little tired. And it's not even that late. Okay, so he's popping job quite a lot. I think it's just the Huss that die to the Carolines. So you just, at this point, you need to switch. You need to do what Dougie does right now. 8 culverins, horse artillery. Switch it up. 80 Castadors is not going to be better than 40 Castadors. Not when facing cannons. Just need to spam artillery. Spam some mortars, there's stuff in range. Culverins, horse art, anything. Corv on the way. It's true. He has Corvs on the way. So the macro is looking fine. Still some wooden bank for the artillery spam that should be incoming. And my god, do they have an artillery mass right now. Holy. The Castador angle is fine, because none of that is threatened by the artillery. Only now the heavy cannons are moving up. Why is he moving up the left side of the army? Get that back? Oh my god. Yeah, it really just has to be Culverins and... Oh my, this has to be Dougie. Whoa. What is this? 80 Carolines? Man. Man, that's not nice at all. God. God. Did you just see that shot? So that's horrible, but that's not actually by Mez. You just really want to spam a bunch of artillery. Only as much infantry as you need to protect yourself from cavalry. Oh my god. So this, looking into this team fight right now, it's not looking good for our team at all. Every single opponent we have is up a lot. The closest fight is me and Dan. Well, Dan is still up 100. From pushing the natives, I don't remember how a fight went. I just know I think we actually end up winning the game. Not sure. So right now this is terrible position. My team just needs to heavily recover and deal with all the artillery. So the only way to deal with it is not even really micro. Sure, you need artillery micro, but mainly it's quantity here. You can't micro 2 against 8 calls. There's nothing to micro, it's just a loss. Only thing that helps versus 8 calls is make 8 or 10 yourself. So that is what they should do right now. Mess doesn't really have to make goons when team fighting with Sweden. The Karelians do the job, so it should really just be artillery and castles. Ducky still has too many Karelians, I think that's quite obvious. There really is nothing to kill for them. Okay, this army movement's not the greatest. That should stay back. Okay, he sees it. Yeah, I should try to fill castles on the left flank. You always want to take as much space as you can. The more angles your units have, the more do they not overkill opponent units. Instead of this bubble of units shooting the same guy, it's going to be some this, some that guy. So they split the fire much more naturally. And enemy units actually have to walk more to target as well. Circles and concaves are so much better. So now we see the Swedish mortars just sitting there shooting at the stuff. That was a good shot. Yes, I think Killer is fighting himself back into this game, kind of, from what I can tell. The team fight is going much better for them as well now. Now that they get out the culverins. Oh god, these heavies are gonna hurt regardless. Yep, they did. And they still are.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so now it should really just be a full artillery fight, and it's still not. TC waypoint needs to go behind army. Spamming explorers is more important than ever now, because the cannons will auto-fire the explorers half the time, and it's really good. Yeah, culverins. He's just producing out of one foundry, which is a mistake. It should be 2. Wood is too much now, could put a factor in coin. That's not as easy to see during the fight. The Huss flank. Actually, it seems to be getting Kolf's dead, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Actually, not really. Huss in a team fight with Karelines, I don't know. This is not the smartest of all plays. You can see the red explorer on the walls again. He's trying so hard with that shit. Okay, so this is... Okay, he's reacting with castles and Musk. I don't know why Musk. Castle is the right reaction. Castles killed Ops, not Musk. Musk do fine, but Castles killed him. Yeah, can't really micro much. Versus too many calls, and the heavies just get way too much value in this fight. Yeah, what the fuck. The cannons, man. Right now, the opponent team, Ajif and Gaishi, are playing this team fight a lot better, just due to massing cannons. So I guess you could call this composition issues, actually. Because this is honestly just composition right now. Composition in terms of lack of artillery. Hurting them quite a lot, and then enemy team has this entire line while the Mez doesn't have any units here. This unit flank would be so good to kill this off. He doesn't have it, so this unit's no walls. No, it's still just Explorer. Took the lead back against Dan. I do think Dan gets fed a lot this game though, so I don't think I keep it for very long. We'll see that. Killer is doing work against Berry, kinda. He's pushing back, I think. Yeah, so the team fight is going much better now that the artillery mass is on the field. That's a general rule, actually. Team fights are all about artillery. The only thing winning team fights is artillery. So when you realize you're fighting 2v2, you may as well just start making artillery like a maniac. Artillery and just protect yourself from flanks, walls, goons, anything. Stay alive. Okay, not bad Cove technique at all. Does he win the trade though? I mean, he's fighting against so many Coves, to be honest. Was Dougie? If Dougie pays attention, they win this trade. But again, it's a trade. Not a win-win yet, because in a win you get the horse out as well. Yeah, so Dougie's Corps are just in terrible position here. They don't do anything. He's moving them. Okay, Sweden's apparently back on my ass. And Dan just got fed like a bunch. Crazy stuff going on in this game. Might very well skip soon because there's isn't really much to say right here. It really just is make culverins. I want to see if we get to a different stage of the game because this is still okay. So now, for example, you see he's taking the flank. That's good. Again, there's still not enough artillery. It's just not enough. It has to be 10 corps at all times. Kind of on each player. It could be 20 corps per team. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds ugly maybe. But it's the way to win. So, at least when Sweden is one of the team players. Because there's no calf. There won't be calf. So artillery wins. So, our team is getting pushed back here, but the position they get is good. Like, they have a nice line. Look, see, this is it. Now they have 20 goals. Now we have 20 goals, and that's how you deal with the cannons. And now they're trading much better. So, yeah. See, I'm not just talking empty shit there when I say you need the goals. They realize themselves. Oh, I should snipe that mortar on the right side. That must be so annoying. I think he doesn't see it though. Nice split micro. Split micro is actually quite difficult to pull off. Takes good timing. I made videos on how to do it correctly and much easier. Can only point that out. Can just try to tell you guys watch that stuff. It's not only instructive, it's actually... I don't think you can do Cold Wars without it. Not on the same level as you do with. But that is up to everyone themselves, I guess. So, still the heavy cannon mass is just MVPing this. They're making many calls, but not constantly. Like now, there's no calls again. Need to be more constant call queue. You can see the double foundry production, so kind of improved, but it's still not the greatest. The army positioning is still very central. There's not really much flanking going on. The flanking is not only a Huss thing. You can flank with infantry all the same. Like flank here, flank in the gates. That's all very good, very useful. 20 corps again. So now the position is looking way more closed, actually. So you see blue in the nats. I think this is where Maz actually helps me push with mortars, something. There's a crazy heavy cannon mass, I must say. It doesn't seem to ever die. He's moving them back. Yeah, okay, it's actually there with units. So we're just striking against Daniel right there. Daniel's getting fed a lot, but did not get as much help at this point. He got Sweden on him earlier. I don't know why they're not helping him at this point, actually. I thought it was pretty... well, to me it was pretty clear he was in need of help at this point. Yeah, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. Haas are kind of irrelevant here. The Caribbeans. Hold the line. I don't know why they're not holding the line. I think it's just because Dougie is drained. Actually, I see Dougie on 1300 score. He must be missing some rest. Yeah, so he gives him food. That's gonna probably be the resource he's missing. Oh, he's so much idle stuff on the TC on the left side. I think you just saw it.
Yeah,
Well, that's bad, but can't really do much about that. Okay, so how's it looking by now? Okay, so Gaishia actually eventually drained hard, and Dougie is above him. They lost a lot of extra position here. They got pushed even further back, but I think they now kind of hold the line. The wall spam has started. I'm not sure if he's like making units elsewhere on the map, but yeah. Yeah, this is just ugly to watch with all the walls, but yeah, can't do much about it. You can, yeah, so it's still just a bunch of artillery. Missing culverins on my team, as always, this game. Killer somehow actually closed it out against Barry, it looks like. Interesting. That's down to 150 pop, that's not what you want. He's been scrolling through the map for like a minute now and hasn't made units, so... about that one. Culverins, Castadors, mortars on the side. Yeah, so actually just getting pushed. I need the course. There isn't really anything else going on. It's really just that simple. Again, take the flanks. Whoops. Take the outside flanks with your units in a team fight. This is too exposed. Try to hold like a line. Stay at the 20 range limit with the castors. Don't try to fight at a lower range if possible. It's good flank. So low Corv can snipe that with skirms and then try to fight the rest. Right now they're just backing up. I don't know why. I don't know where the units are. This looks so underpopped. I guess Dougie just has 10 horse art for some reason. May as well try to use them. Oh, Doggy. Oh my god. Doggy just lost every single one of his 20 calls. That's not great. Well, okay, somehow they pushed back. I see an explorer in our base, but I think we got it this time. Yeah, so it's just Swedish skirms now. Where's a GIF? I don't see a GIF here. GIF is kind of missing. Not missing score though, so I don't know. I'm not sure where he was at this point. Friend of O makes it kind of difficult to judge. Oh, okay, so he's there. Ejif is trying to push with Barry. Guess it's an interesting approach. Guess I just couldn't push the walls, maybe. Yeah, this fight is looking so much more interesting, actually, this one. Because there's no Carolines ruining the fight. Yeah, it's just like zooming over the map right now. Spamming at the different spots. Where a lot of idle skirms. Could have pointed those out, because I don't know if I see them. I don't even know if they're mine, actually. Could be killers as well. Many mortars. Interesting. I'm complaining about towers meanwhile. That's salty me mid-game. Mid-game as in 1 hour 42 into a game though. Oh my god. That's actually, is that 3v3 right there? It must be. And now you can take a look at the scores, how much has changed. Well, our high is 15. They don't have the match for that. Maybe Barry. 14 higher again for us. So right now we're slightly favored in scores, but actually even on the map, because I'm pushing in Nats, they're pushing on the cliff position. So this is where it's kind of even, I think, turning into favorable for us. Yeah, no, definitely turning favorable for us, because Gaishi is just dead. And now we're just taking good trades, I think, from what I saw. So that's a good mortar flank. Just nice mortars and annoying in the back. So for the past minutes, I feel like he hasn't really been watching the fight, which is weird. He doesn't really drop pop. I guess he doesn't really have much to micro, maybe, but I would try to watch the fight more if I was him. Because the fight is where you have to do stuff. And again, just make artillery. And that is pretty much the way. I think that's how the game ends as well. So we just went even further ahead actually. Because Gaishi is still dead. Rest looks kinda even, but yeah, now we have like a sick push going in natives, a lot of momentum. Don't think that can really be stopped. See a TC going down over here at the bottom of the map. I don't know what happened in the middle. It seems so cooled down. There's nothing going on. Scores just going up. I don't know what happened.
stops here.
Oh yeah, I remember that. There was some dots that you like couldn't see, but I had idle vills there, so I was actually there with the camera. Like you don't see the dots. It's so weird. Like why can't you see the dots? Man.
Not Elmer base walls. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good question. How? I don't know.
soon, right? But still need to. Okay. Yeah, I knew he was gonna type it when I saw his horse. I just popped. Easy, GG. Ah,
Yeah, I was so happy when he resigned.
yes.
GG's. Yeah, I think that was actually a good game for 4v4. That was quite good. Stop stream. I think that's because of the dops. He didn't think I would see them, maybe. I don't know.
How much effort did I
Yeah, so to conclude,
fucking hell?
the major issues I saw this game is not enough artillery in team fights, not using the flanks with units, and then like composition issues in the beginning in the 1v1, but during the team fight there wasn't really much to say about that, so I skipped through a lot of parts. But I do think the main points on how to play team games came quite true here. More artillery wins, using the flanks wins, making 20 calls unfortunately wins, and well, basing everywhere on the map wins as well. Being able to help all your teammates. Alright, GG's.